We just need candidates across the board that are willing to take a stand and say, look, we don't need to be killing our literally 18-year-olds going to war. Why are we recruiting in high school?
I hate that.
These guys are getting their education, trying to finish high school level. Why are we going in there and recruiting at 18? We know brain development is very minimal at that point. I work with behavior therapy. So I see a comment that says Democrats are pro-war party. At this point, both parties are pro-war. So I agree with that. Mm-hmm. Back to that mental health part, doing behavior therapy, I realized that we really need to focus on these local stories. And that does impact that war level. And again, I'll maintain that same message of we need to promote peace first. And that needs to be our primary goal through all these situations.
Well, it's an economic draft that we have now, right?
In military circles, we call it the poverty draft.
Right. What would I say to a 17-year-old that's thinking of enlisting? I would say I would not do that, my friend. When I was that age, I considered enlisting. I grew up in the Midwest. I attended public schools. I believed the things that I was taught. I wanted to join the Marines. I thought it was the right thing to do. I understand where people are coming from with that. I want to make it clear, I believe that we do need to have defense of our country, but I don't believe that's what our military's main objective is. Our military's main objective is global hegemony. So I'd say join the National Guard, although even maybe that's not enough because they'll get deployed too. So
actually, the bulk of combat deployments during the
Guard.
opening days of Iraq were actually reserves and guard.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Hey, Greg, what's your message to the youth that's thinking about enlisting?
Well, I enlisted at 18 to go into special operations. I started off as the infantry, and they call it the infantry for a reason. It literally comes from infant. The generals are older, and the kids dying on the front lines are always the youngest and the most impressionable and easiest to indoctrinate. So I don't think I'd be able to break through years and years of propaganda. We are the most militarized and propagandized society on earth. I've lived in other countries, other militant countries too, like India. Like nothing comes close to the amount of indoctrination, especially military indoctrination, American exceptionalism. To actually get through to someone, you kind of have to start talking about systems, right? So a lot of people will say, "Oh, we're doing all this for Israel." I was like, okay, well, Israel is just an extension of the U.S. empire to destabilize the most strategic region on earth and do our dirty work. If you look at the Trump White House, they're saying the Iran attack would be a lot easier for us if Israel starts it for us, so we're not directly doing it. Israel's always stepped in, into Guatemala after we overthrew the government for literal bananas to take over the CIA's training of death squads who were committing a genocide against indigenous Mayans. This is nothing new. So when I talk to people about this, it's look, you're not going to go there and die for a foreign country. You're not going to die for a country. You're literally going to die for 500 rich dudes. That's it. That's what you're going to fight for. It's not Israel. It's not you're not fighting for a government or a country. You're literally fighting for a handful of old men who have been generationally wealthy for hundreds of years.